Hey everybody, what's good? Welcome back to the block. If you're new over here on the boulevard, I'm Diva the Boss, and this is Boss Boulevard. You can always pull up to the block for a little bit of everything. And don't be scared to pop out and engage with us, cause we ain't funny acting over here. If you've been following Baddies Caribbean, I need you to pull up on me, meet me in the comments, and let's talk about it. This last episode started where we left off with the ladies split up in groups doing a nature walk. Jayla and Meatball, they were still having a back and forth regarding Jayla and Biggie's situation. I'm sorry, even though they ended up squashing everything, it couldn't have been me. The way they be all up in each other's face screaming and pointing and going on, it would have been a fist fight. Natalie's group included Diamond the Body and Tinka. Although they were bickering back and forth and going on, Natalie kind of checked it. But what got me was when Diamond the Body dropped down on bended knee and apologized to Tinka. I promise, I wish I would drop down on bended knee and bow down to the next, honey. Now that group with the replacements, they was vibing on out. I mean, having a time. They was making up them a little song, grooving and going on, and just enjoying their walk. Aubrey, she's one of them nice, nasty heifers. You hear me? When I say she low-key was getting them together. And who was Bianca's millionaire boyfriend? If anybody knows, meet me in the comments and tell me the tea. Cause honey, Aubrey was letting Bianca know that's not how it works. Gold record or not. Everybody ends up linking back up on top of the hill, top of the mountain, whatever it was. And Natalie, she flat out basically say, if anybody got anything they want to get out, now's the time. When I say it went down on top of that hill, honey, Diamond the Body, she ends up calling out Dia and Slim Too Bad for inserting themselves in the issue between her and Tinka. And she ends up getting off her little 1-2 with the both of them. Tinka, I guess she was feeling like it was her fight, so her and Diamond got the fighting as well. I can't say Diamond really just did her big one, but she didn't back down, and she stood on her own 10 toes though. Y'all know Natalie messy. She ends up asking, is there anybody else? You got anything else you want to get off your chest? Anybody else? Now's the time. So Big Kiva ends up calling out Tinka for stealing off on her when J-Lo and Meatball was scrapping. Kiva got her lick back, but at the end of the day, after they hugged and squashed it and everything else, it got real weird. And it kind of gave they was putting on for the cameras, in my opinion. Natalie ends up asking again, is there anybody else? Anything else we need to get off? And I don't know why, it's Dia spoke up and said something to Big Nunu. At this point, I like Nunu. She with all the smoke. And when I say she gave it to Dia, if Dia don't go on and sit down somewhere, Natalie and Aubrey, they ends up doing their little fake square up. But before Aubrey leaves, she ends up picking Big Kiva to be one of the girls that joins the house. Nunu, Jelly Bean, and J.O., they ends up being the other 3 ladies selected to join the house. In the in-betweens, Biggie, Siki, Mariah Lynn, and Callie, they all link up with Tommy. They chopped it up, and it looks like Tommy might have even pissed off the people that was sitting behind her, because they got up and left. Natalie did come up, but Siki and Mariah Lynn, they definitely wasn't chiming in, and they made it clear in their confessional that they didn't have nothing to do with it. Tommy ends up giving the ladies all a gift before she left. And back at the house, Natalie was in her feelings telling the other ladies how she felt away because the others went to go kick it with Tommy. Time the other ladies made it back to the house and came in and started to greet the other ladies, Siki done took off on Jelly Bean. It really looked like Jelly Bean was standing up to hug Siki, but Siki wasn't having that. But I'm sorry, it really kind of gives Insecure. I mean, come on. You really fighting somebody because they was standing next to your husband? After everything kind of settled down, Natalie tries to hash stuff out betwixt the ladies, but remind y'all, Natalie and Jelly Bean are friends. It looks like Jelly Bean may be giving Mariah Lynn a pass because she says she understood why Mariah Lynn jumped in and that she fight with her friends too. But I can't lie. I kind of feel like Mariah Lynn may be going this hard for Siki because she kind of wants somebody to have her back. After all of that, Jayla and Biggie, they have a conversation and they kind of squash their little beef. They all get dressed and later on that night, they heads on out to a spot called Oystins where they were handing out money. All the baddies start handing out that money, the crowd went wild. They ends up switching it up to like some sort of dance contest, and that kind of settled things down. They ends up staying there for a little while, and then they headed off to Club Halo. That's pretty much how this episode ended. If you're following Baddies Caribbean, I need you to pull up on me, meet me down in the comments, and let's talk about it. And also, if you aren't subscribed already, do me a solid and subscribe.